Hi, my name's Dee, and welcome to Sunchild Tarot, and welcome to your Taroscopes for the new moon in Pisces on the 13th of March, tomorrow, as I'm filming, so hopefully I'll get them all out on time. As ever, this is a little introduction about the new moon and what I've got to say about it, which is not a lot this time. And then there's a timestamp in the description below to fast forward to your reading. The reason I do this is because I advise you to watch three of them: your sun, your moon, and your rising signs. And if you don't know what your moon and rising signs are, there is a link in the description down below just so you can get yourself a free birth chart. There's plenty of sources, websites online that you can get that from. Now, as ever, I would like you to ask a question prior to the reading. So have a think about, while we discuss the moon, or pause the video if you need to, have a think about all the questions that are floating around you at the moment and focus on one of them. I mean, definitely pause before the reading, just to spend that moment of focus. And be aware of all of them, though, because the cards will answer what they please, and not necessarily what you or I think are the highest priority issues. But yeah, this is a new moon at 23 degrees Pisces. It's the last of, I think, 6 new moons at 23 degrees of whatever sign they're supposed to be in that month. Supposed to be, that sounds wrong, but you know what I mean. The first thing that jumped out on me here is, well, the new moon is moon conjunct sun, as we all know. And this new moon at 23 degrees Pisces is smack bang on Albert Einstein's sun. So, not a new moon in his case, but I really just like that image of, if you think about part of his identity that we all know, is his ability to think things through, to reason, to ask questions. And this is what I think this new moon is about. Watching a lot of the astrologers' videos, which I have yet to actually post on my Facebook page, link down below, I'll talk about that in a minute. But a lot of them are saying this new moon is not so much a time about setting intentions this time. That's for the day after, couple of days after, 3 days after of the new moon. It's more a case of planning to set the intentions, working out what you need to have in place for you to make your mind up about how you're going to proceed further. So another way of saying that is a way to clear space for setting the intentions. So clear space indicates all the old tropes of letting go and, to a great extent, forgiveness. So if there's anything you need to work on forgiving, now's an ideal time to do it. I probably have a few things on my own list. Now, this is emphasized even more by the degree angel. At 23 degrees Pisces, this degree is ruled by the angel Manakel, who represents accountability and the knowledge of good and evil. So with that knowledge of good and evil, there's the, that is good for me, that is not good for me, that is just downright evil, that's just not good for me. Both of those two things we can get rid of now, hopefully. Also, Manakel is ruling Mars this time. So it's 2 planets Manakel's ruling. Mars is quintile the moon, which, if I remember correctly, bear in mind I'm not an astrologer, but indicates a creative force between the two of them. So our emotions and our urge to jump forward and do whatever are linked creatively, almost mystically. Now, Saturn, you may recall in my full moon reading that I did 2 weeks ago, Saturn was sat there listening to the moon while the angels were running around, sort of an angelic court, going, "What about this? What about this? What about this?" And Saturn's going, "Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Don't understand." Saturn this time's not even talking to the moon. No aspects between the moon and Saturn whatsoever. There is one between Mars and Saturn. Let me look it up. I forget off the top of my head what it is. Yes, there's a harmony between Mars and Saturn this time. So, as in a trine aspect. So hopefully that Manachel's discernment, understanding, the thinking as shown by Albert Einstein's son, will get transferred into some form of action that Saturn can approve of, because Saturn still remains the ruler of the chart. On that note, you know how I like my looking up astrology of the first appearances of comics characters. This is also on Lex Luthor's Lilith and Lex Luthor's Mercury. So while we're in this era of Neptune in Pisces, which again just conjuncted with Venus, but more on that in a second, or is coming up to the conjunction. I think it's coming up to the conjunction. I meant to check it before I started filming. Yeah, we've just had Sun conjunct Neptune, and we're going to Venus conjunct Neptune. Really, same day. So, near as damn it. But the Lex Luthor, Lilith and Mercury, we've got, with Lex Luthor, we've got that symbol of thinking, working things out. Okay, he had a few agendas that maybe you and I might not agree with, but he was very good at communicating things and swaying public opinion. Positive and negative there. Because Neptune in Pisces, obviously, delusion, illusion, imagination run riot, obsession. And yeah, I wouldn't trust anything Lex Luthor says one way or another. So there may be more public narratives that we would need to question, but there's also that sense of people using their own discernment and making space for the new, and being aware of all the factors that are popping their head up, saying, before you make your plans, what about this? What about that? Don't forget about me. Don't forget about this thing over here. Now, also in quintile, we have Mercury and Uranus, ruled by Rehail, who is known as Diamond in the Rough, and is also attributed to filial submission, the submission of children to their parents, for example, but also a dispenser of longevity. So Mercury in itself, in its post-shadow phase, we've had loads of things brought up to us yet again that we can now let go of. That's the idea of the post-shadow phase. The diamond in the rough makes me think of vague plans. Vague plans that you're going in that general direction, but you don't have to firm up the details yet. You don't have to cut that diamond just yet. It's beautiful as it is. As for the filial submission, yeah, I don't know. It's there. I thought I would mention it. I have no idea how that one is going to. That could be on a very personal level for people, or it could reflect the drama going on with the royal family. There's definitely generational issues occurring with this new moon that helps us determine the way forward, hopefully in a positive way. I'm feeling pretty positive about this. I mean, people will say it's Pisces being the 12th sign is very similar, but not the same. I must stress it's not the same as the 12th house. So in terms of isolation, I don't want to say isolation. I want to inward looking study, really examining that which is within us. But we've got quite a stellium here in Pisces because, what is it, Sun, Moon, Venus, Neptune. So that's a lot of power. Obviously with the Venus-Neptune conjunction, appreciation of beauty, mysticism, maybe beautiful illusions, and you will see various astrologers talk about the the beautiful love and relationship aspect. Can also be relationship to things that we value. Um, but this new moon is wonderful for, like I say, preparing to set your intentions. Let old things go, focus on what you love, and work out how what it is you love is going to carry you forward, what passion you want to follow. I said I'd talk about the Facebook thing. Link down below. Like I said, I share normally. I haven't this last week, but I think you'll understand that with you've seen the intro bit already. I normally post the videos of all the astrologers that I follow and whatever else that I find on YouTube that is in this vein of beautiful woo-woo. But it's also got a personal inbox. So if you want a personal reading from me, obviously watch the reading first so you can judge whether you want this or not. But if you want a personal reading, that's a way to get in touch with me. You are more than welcome to comment down below. I try to respond to all of my comments. Not always on time, but I don't hover over the computer. But I always like to try and respond. And it's interesting to know what you think. It's interesting to know that it's reassuring to know that the readings that I am doing are hitting home somewhere. Because in taroscopes, there's 3 layers to them, I think. There's obviously me doing the reading for a zodiac energy. Then there's you, the viewer, finding the readers that you... Oh, I've forgotten the word. I was going to say synchronize with, but that's... Nope, can't remember the right word. But the ones that you vibe with, the ones that you resonate, that's it. The ones that you resonate with. And then you have to apply the reading to your own circumstances if it sounds relevant. Absolutely and totally and utterly discard it if it does not sound relevant, because this is not a sort of form of mundane tarot reading. The reading either is for you and you'll be able to hear that, or it's not. Go and watch your rising sign, go and watch your moon sign. I mean, new moons, full moons, go and watch your moon sign always. So yeah, like, share, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff, because it really does help. I'm still aiming for that magic 1000 yet. So anything you can do to assist with that will be greatly appreciated. And like I say, before I bring up the cards, just remember that one thing: ask a question first. And I think that's everything that I've got to say. I actually thought I had nothing to say about this new moon, and I've not said a lot, but I think that in and of itself is significant, that it's this space. Pisces can be about rebirth. So it is this space, like the creative void before the word, that we are able to set the directions of our own rebirth. Or at least, being a tarot reading, because I'm always talking about new beginnings, because that's what the cards do, this month's rebirth. So I hope you're all well, and I will bring up your cards. Cheers. Okay, Scorpio, guess what? You're transforming again. There's a surprise. Now, this is a really, really interesting reading, but I think you may be coming into quite an eventful period by the looks of it. Now, on first glance, I thought that this was a love reading when I was looking at it, and I was like, really, Scorpio? You want me to do this? But as the clarification cards came out, a bigger picture started to have been built. And it is love, but again, I don't think it's necessarily a big R, unless the topic under discussion is a new partner that has come into your life. So, center of the reading, we have Knight of Cups clarified by Judgment, a new idea, a new dream, a new love has been presented to you, which has engendered within you a sense of transformation. A sense of transformation where you're feeling, I've never felt like this before. Now, I'm not sure that all these are the right words because they've got nasty double edges, and I don't want to use the double edges, but you feel righteous in this transformation. You feel victorious in this transformation. Like I've opened up to a side of myself, my skill, my talent, my strength that I never knew I had. It's quite possibly been there all along, but it's been hidden the entire time because it hadn't been necessary before. But with the addition of this new ingredient, it's like, ta-da, here's the new me, same as the old me, but even better. However, there are people that don't like it. People who, whether this is friends, relatives, work colleagues, what have you, people who have had their nose put out of joint. People who are thinking that you are no longer... It's almost like they think that because of your transformation, you have abandoned them. And they don't like that. My sense of that really is tough. Excuse me, hiccup. Tough. We've got the Two of Cups here, which was initially looking like the Three of Cups to me, but it doesn't change the meaning at all, because there's that sense of because of your transformation, a previous unity has been... it's harsh to say broken, but yeah, it's been broken. It's not the same as it was. That's really a good thing to say. But to be honest, you don't care, and nor should you, because this is a positive step. Queen of Wands here, just as on the bottom of the main deck as well, showing that action to manifest from this new transformed place. This is not going to be easy, because what Spirit's bringing in here is the Three of Swords. So you're seeing the divine in the way that things are unfolding around you, but it hurts, because all of a sudden there's this thing that you're attached to that goes, you don't love me anymore. If you loved me, you wouldn't have done this and you wouldn't have done that. And it's just not gelling anymore. So there is that sense of loss and a certain sense of upheaval. And we've got the Tower card here on the bottom. So, systems shattering and no longer working and structures falling to pieces because of this transformation that you have undergone. And that makes it sound like I'm saying it's your fault, and it absolutely is, but it absolutely isn't at the same time, because this transformation that you've gone through was the right, or is the right stage for you to go through, for you to go forward, for you to experience a whole new level of personal mastery, control over your environment, your personal environment, I might add, but also that you get an audience to the fact that you have this new skill, that you have this new transformation. So I feel like there's a new audience coming in. I'm getting this from the Magician card, but again, look, he's actually on the Rider-Waite deck. It looks like he's doing a solitary ritual. It's all very solemn, and it's all very, it's all very Gandalf. Whereas here, no, he's doing his ritual in front of an entire crowd. So it's half Gandalf, half Paul Daniels, or David Copperfield, for those of you who watch in America and probably don't know who Paul Daniels is. I hope you don't know who Paul Daniels is, because I'm not a fan. This is, you're going into a whole new a whole new arena where you are going to be meeting new peers, not the same as the old peers. And the old peers are like, why are you going? Why are you leaving us? What are you doing? How is it? If you go in this direction, then that's it. We're finished. We're through. We haven't got a place. And your response really here will be, yeah, you're right. You haven't got a place. I'm moving on. This is something that you're going to have to work at, and this is something that you're going to have to make a commitment to. And making that commitment means, yes, friendships may break, things that can't fit under this new paradigm will break, and there will, out of necessity, need to be a bit of grieving and a bit of pain, because these ones that can't handle your transformation, can't handle where you found yourself, they're not bad. You know, they mean well. You know, it's the Two of Cups. They're full of love. But all this too shall pass. You know, all things have their season, and your season with them has now finished. Because there are new people coming in to create a new balance around you. New people coming in that offer you a whole new beginning. Ace of Pentacles, clarifying the other people. Temperance, or art, as it is called in this in this deck. This is a divinely guided, you know, that people are going to be turning up where you go, that makes sense that they turn up now, as you get to know them. Or more, it's like looking back, you'll be able to go, that made sense that they turned up then. But we're in the period of them turning up now. Now, the whole reason that I'm saying it like this, because it sounds like I'm being really mean to some of your old friends or old associates, or whoever it is that has so much love for you but doesn't like this new you. Or doesn't like is the wrong word. Can't handle, can't deal with the new you, for whatever reason. We have on the oracle cards, surrender to the divine, full moon. So that might be a time thing. And then supermoon, from the Queen of the Moon, with the attraction card. Now, I looked at that, and my first thought was, I'd already looked at all the tarot and got a sense of the story that was coming. And I looked at that, I was like, I've got no idea how that's relevant, what that means. So I looked it up. And I've got to read you this bit. I've got to read you it. You can be magnetic to others and attract the good things in life. You can repel what you no longer wish to attract. Be ready for opportunity. Think of connections greater than yourself. Avoid extremes that may cause negative imbalance with your body. So be nice to the people that can't quite handle what it is. This is giving you a wonderful sense of power. And yes, I'm holding this up to try and get the camera to focus again. But it's a clearing house time. That's the best way that I can put it. So finally, have I so look, because the options that you've got here is Prince of Cups, Six of Wands. You are wanting a victory here, but the victory isn't bringing this new love, new passion, new dream, new ideal to the people who are already there. It's bringing it to new people that are ready to accept it. And the only reason that these old people aren't ready to accept it is quite possibly it's just not their path. You know, so they've got, for them, something else more important that they're needing to focus on. And they can go off and do their thing and you go off and do your thing. But this is your thing that has come up or is coming up now. So then finally we have, oh God, I'll just throw the cards everywhere. Nyx, oh, let's put it the right side so the camera will see it. And Abraham, the justice of pandemonium. So there is a sense of loyalty here for the right reasons, of bad things happening for good reasons, or things that appear bad happening and will actually have good results, which is where we have that sorrow at this coming in from spirit here. And then the justice is Abraham, everything being done to be fair, to be it's almost like peas going through a sorting machine. Everyone's going to be going to the same level, and the previous people that were around you, the ones that feel that you're a square peg to their now round hole, they're getting sorted into a different tray than you, and that's fine. I don't think any particular love is lost, but this is, to give you the final outcome, going to a better place. Six of Swords. This is building a new foundation. We've got Four of Discs here, Four of Pentacles, and I'm not getting that defensive urge, you know, how the king in the Rider-Waite hugs the pentacle. I'm getting that we are building a structure, we are building the foundation, we have got this, we are building this for a whole new reason. These people, I can't see it in the cards, but I just got this feeling they'll be back, they'll come back, and they'll have something to bring back for you, just as you'll have something to show for them. So if this means anything for you, Scorpio, comment down below. I've not gone back into focus yet, have I? Comment down below, and obviously like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you next, I think, on the full moon readings, right? Cheers.